Today we're brewing up a black IPA. Just rinsing my equipment with hot water to get any gunk out of the pumps or anything that can be stuck in there from last time. Just running the pump to get all filtered water in the mash tun. I filter all my water just with an inline carbon filter, and all the hoses I use are food grade hoses. I really like the Brewfather app. It does a good job on calculating volumes. Of course, this is specific to your equipment. Just adding some gypsum salt to bring my sulfate to chloride ratio 2:1, and some lactic acid into the mash water. I like to sprinkle the grain in, let it sit, soak up the water before I start stirring it, and just add a little bit at a time. Just want to go ahead and stir it up really good. Make sure you don't have any dry grains, clumps, or dough balls. Just doing a 60-minute single infusion mash. This recipe, we're just using Centennial, Simcoe, and Apollo hops. I like to stir the mash about every 15 minutes just to mix everything up. Just using Star Sand in the spray bottle, just sanitizing my fermenter, which has already been cleaned really good. Just adding my first wort hops before I start sparging. Just performing a fly sparge, coming off the hot liquor tank through a pump, pumping it to the top of the grain bed in the mash tun, and using the internal pump on the Brewzilla to pump it over to the boil kettle, trying to keep my volumes consistent. Just turning on the boil kettle. That way the wort that's getting transferred over doesn't get cold and start preheating, so we can get a good quick boil going. Just adding some firm cap to the boiler, that way it keeps from boiling over. It also helps keep down fermentation. Just keeping an eye on the sparge gravity so it doesn't get too low. I just use hot water and PBW to clean out the mash tun, but I keep that solution and use it in the boil kettle once I'm done brewing. Just watch to make sure you don't get a boil over. If the boil gets too high and you're using an electric brewing kettle, you can just cycle the elements off. I like to run boiling wort through the heat exchanger just to ensure proper sanitation. I just cycle it from the boiler back to the boiler using the pump. Just using the hot liquor tank to sanitize the aeration wand. So we're at the end of the boil. I'm just cooling the wort down by pulling it from the boil kettle to the heat exchanger to the fermenter. Just using city water to cool the wort down as it goes into the fermenter. Just aerating the wort with oxygen, pure oxygen, with the wand that I did sanitize in the hot liquor tank. Just pitching the yeast. Make sure your wort is obviously cool enough to pitch your yeast. I think I'm around 68 degrees. Last step is setting the fermentation chamber to the right temperature and waiting for the beer to start. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. That's my black IPA. I call it the Man in Black, named after Johnny Cash's song, one of the greatest artists ever. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll make sure the recipes down in the links. And cheers, guys. Be safe, have fun, make great beer. Thank you.